Well, let's hope there are some seats left for them, because Ding is popular. I remember I was at a tournament once in China where they announced the wrong table Ding was going to play on, and then about 5 minutes before the match they re-announced the right table. There was a stampede to get to it, and there was literally a fight over a seat. I saw two men punching hell out of each other. So that's the effect he has on people in this part of the world.
Put the cameras
You
down
pop out
now,
and buy a
please.
couple of buckets and sponges.
Welcome to viewers in the UK joining us for coverage of Ding Junhui against Joe Perry. It's 3-1 to Perry, as you can see. And don't let that shot put you off. It's been a really high standard so far. He made two good clearances in the first two frames, did Perry. Missed a blue on 57 in the third frame. Ding cleared up with 79, but Joe Perry, very good 71 in the fourth. He leads 3-1.
And he didn't want the interval to come. He had to stay out there.
Well, he's on a good run of form. He won the first Asian Tour event, PTC event, last weekend in Yixing. He beat Mark Selby in the final. Won £10,000 there and some ranking points, so he's full of confidence.
Any more, and you're going to
Well,
have
that
to
was
leave. No more cameras on this front row, please.
A
No
mighty
more.
thin cut on that red, actually, for Ding Junhui, as Brendan Moore had a chat with somebody in the audience taking pictures. He said, one more picture and you're on your way out. Can't blame him, really, because he's got to keep good order for these lads. The referees have responsibilities to the players out there. I know they like a picture here in China, but it is off-putting for the players.
Ding has struggled in China in recent times, but it has to be said, he's up against someone today who's played terrifically well. He's not made that many mistakes. And the frame that he won, he played really well himself, that 79 clearance in the third.
And a bit of a touch there with that kiss on the green, because if it had gone behind or around the green, the blue, the right and red would have been on. As it is, Ding has to play a safety now. But it has been a terrific match between these two so far. Can Ding get himself back into this match?
See Brendan keeping his eyes on the audience there, looking for any cameras. Before he was a referee, he was a bus driver. I don't know whether he ever threw anyone off the bus for misbehaving.
I'm just thinking, Aaron Williams is here, isn't he? I mean, he was an ex-policeman, so you want to mess with him. Red pot.
One.
Yes, he's just cueing so well, isn't he? Making tricky pots look easy.
8.
Yeah, I did mention a couple of frames ago, David, didn't I? He's taken them on and they're going in. That's a great feeling for a player.
9.
Wow. Could you get that ringtone any louder?
15.
Well, it didn't put Joe off. That's the good news.
The big question is, would you own up to it?
$16. $23.
He's just in a bit of a cocoon here, Joe Perry. It doesn't matter when you're
24.
playing this well and concentrating this hard. You don't hear anything anyway. Which is a good place to be for a professional sports person, especially in an individual sport, 1 against 1. It's what we call being in the zone. But that might have gone wrong. Has he got the red to the left middle?
30.
Body language says no. He might have just covered it.
Touching ball,
Well, it's touching ball. Okay, that helps with the safety, but he would have liked to have kept going.
Well, there's not a zone you could be in not to hear that ringtone.
Can you please make sure your phones are off?
I'm afraid Brendan is fighting a losing battle. It's not his fault. I've told him enough times. Talking to referees, Jan Verhaas, Dutch referee, of course, he's not here, but he's actually on the official poster for the European Tour event in Rotterdam next month. That's how popular Jan is, and there are tickets available for that, so if you're anywhere near Rotterdam, middle of July, chance to go along and watch some live snooker in Holland.
I thought you were going to mention the occasion at Wembley when he said to somebody, if that phone goes off again, tell them you're on your way home. Might be a pot on here for Ding to the right corner. There's a red just in the middle of the bunch here. They can chip to this right hand side. It's about 3 up from the black. Another person really with the influence in the game, his refereeing influence, that has managed to get a tournament on in his home country, which is fantastic.
Caught that too thick.
Ooh, he's had a touch there.
Yes, that white could easily have stayed down amongst the reds. tense, this frame, but understandably so, because it's either 4-1 or 3-2. Big difference.
Well, that could have been better. I was thinking out loud during the interval, David. I was just thinking about this match. For me, it could either go two ways. It could be like a 5-2 result, or it might even be a 5-4 either way, depending on how the next couple of frames go, of course. .54 would be nice, especially with the standard that we've seen already, but this frame's gone just a little bit scrappy. Ding very capable, of course, of getting himself right back into this match, and Joe very much aware of that, having to try and keep the pressure on if he can. He won't be best pleased with that if Joe can see this red. It's cuttable to the centre. He just pushed that red on a little bit further than intended. I think he can see it. Well, just look where the reds are. If he can pop this in and get himself onto a colour. There's the red. And he's on the green. Could do with a really big bounce here to try and get onto the brown, but it just depends how straight he is on this green. Well, this will be some shot to get close to these reds. Well, all he could do is leave the red from distance.
4.
You could take the red onto the left corner, stay on the pink, but it's dangerous if he misses. Doesn't want to give Ding a helping hand to get some table time, and that's why he's played the safety. Well, that was a shot of an experienced player.
Yes, he's been a pro 21 years now. Joe Perry turns 40 in August. Sorry, turns 40 in August next year. Doing him a disservice there. He's 38.
Well, he's got the knuckle, but it's okay.
There's actually a couple of notable birthdays today. Mark Selby, he's 30. Happy birthday, Mark. I'm sure keeping an eye on the snooker. And Barry Hearn, the World Snooker Chairman, is a little older than 30. It's also his birthday, 65 today, and I'm sure he'll be working because he does most days. Happy birthday, Barry.
1.
Well, he found one there. That was a great pot.
So another chance for Perry. What a big visit this could be.
5.
Chance to get to 4-1.
Six.
Might not be too bad actually. Well, I was just thinking that if he runs this red in, he
Well,
could go into the red near the black. This might not be too bad if he's got the angle to get into the pink and red. He was hoping to be straight on it, so he just dropped it in for the pink. I just wonder whether he can avoid the other reds here. Worked out perfectly.
13.
Brilliant. Well, this is relentless stuff here from Joe Perry, and you can't do anything about this, and if you're sitting in your chair, just hope that your opponent misses one. At the moment, Joe is not missing. It's looking like 4-1. He's got a red into the centre that he can play on. A couple, actually. He just runs through off 2 cushions. He's gone round them. Decided to play on the red into the corner.
26.
Well, he needs a little bit more to do here. He's going back for one of the book colours off these reds. Didn't really get into the cue ball there. He's got the green from distance. Nearly over the winning line in this frame. Just needs that green and one more red. But this is very impressive stuff here from Joe Perry. You know that he's on a high from winning last week. But he's up against the home challenge, the home favourite, and he's up for that challenge.
30.
Yes, if you're just joining us, this hasn't been a case of Ding not showing up. It's been a case of Joe Perry playing really well, and this is frame ball for 4-1. So Ding has it all to do.
31.
We often say, Debbie, don't we? 3-1, 3-2, you're back in it. But as you've mentioned, it's a tall order now, especially with Joe in this form, even with the class of player that Ding Junhui is.
Well, he's going to have to really turn it on and produce something special if he's going to win now. Well, just delightful stuff.
Yes, and he's not in any mood to relinquish this lead either. This has been a very professional performance here from the Cambridge man.
43. $51.
It's the best I've seen him play for some time, Joe Perry, but you know, the crowd are wondering whether their favourite might be going out here. Joe still needs one frame, of course, but he's a very strong favourite now.
Yes, and I know not everyone is a fan of some of the smaller tournaments, but it just shows the worth of entering these PTC events. He's won one, he's come here feeling $1 million, and he's played quite terrifically this afternoon.
Yeah, he chose to play the week before to acclimatise, and it's obviously working. In fact, that was Mark Selby's goal as well, but unfortunately he got beat in the opening qualifying round in this event. Played in the one last week, of course, lost to Joe in the final. Slightly backfired for him, but it certainly hasn't done for Joe Perry.
No, and he's brought all that confidence with him here to Wuxi, where he's going to need one more frame to reach the last 16.
71.
Well, I suggest if he does win here, not to go out tonight, it'd be public enemy number one. Well, even they can't not be impressed by this. Might even clip this down the cushion. Not this time.
Terrific break again from Joe Perry, 80 this time, and he is one away from victory. This is a seriously good performance from Joe Perry. He's just now got to finish the job. He leads Junhui by 4 frames to 1.